Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. This month we are talking about deconditioning and giving some tools and tips on how to decondition and come back to your true self. The process of this really is the process of self-inquiry, which is a beautiful meditation practice. I say that with some hesitation because it's not necessarily like a guided meditation. It's a very simple, beautiful practice that has been around for many, many thousands of years. And self-inquiry for me is the ultimate tool in reminding my true self, my observer self, that they are the ones here and leading, and helping me to separate the conditioned parts of myself, which for all of us is what's causing stress, anxiousness, separation, loneliness, anger. All of those things are caused by conditioning that we have. So really, I would like to share with you today the practice of self-inquiry. And before I do so, I would just like to talk a little bit about what that is and how it relates to conditioning. So how we practice, it can be answered with answering how we practice self-inquiry. So in self-inquiry, what we're doing is when you're in a situation where you feel those emotions, anger or unhappiness, for example, what we do with self-inquiry is rather than say, I'm unhappy with this relationship, for example, or my job, it's obviously important to attend to relationships and to get job satisfaction and look at the parts of our life when we're feeling unhappy. Of course, it's important to do those things. But before we jump into addressing the external perceived objective cause, the partner causing the unhappiness, it's really important that we actually tend to ourselves. And in self-inquiry, what we do is we say, who is the I that is feeling unhappy? Okay, I'll take you at the end of the video through a meditation, and I'm excited to do that with you. It's a very powerful tool. But before we just dive into that, I just want you to sort of think about that for a moment and sort of digest it. So, for example, when you're feeling unhappy in a relationship, well, turn it inward and say, rather than attach to the thing that's on the outside, your perceived objective cause, come in and just say, I am feeling unhappy. And then just bring your awareness to the fact that there are other things throughout your life, other times when you've been unhappy, other situations that are absolutely nothing to do with the one that's in front of you necessarily. So then you become aware of the fact that if I have been unhappy then, or that happened over there and I was unhappy then there are different causes to your own unhappiness, but the thing that's the same is you being unhappy in those situations. And in self-inquiry, what we do is we start to just become aware and notice that and say, well, okay, if I am feeling unhappy and I identify with my thoughts and my feelings, the person that I'm calling I, ask yourself, who is the person? Who is the I that you're talking from? And if you really ask yourself, typically what we come up with is, well, I'm, a collection of my thoughts and my memories and my feelings and my sensations, my experiences, my cultural conditioning, my social conditioning, my, conditioning that came from being within the family that I was in, within the friends that I made, the conditioning that and experiences that I had with school and work and so on. So ultimately, you think, okay, the I that I'm talking from, I am unhappy, or I am this. Is that I is to what you're identifying with is a collection of those memories and feelings and thoughts, sensations. And then what you need to do after that, excuse me, is just really bring some awareness to that and say, okay, well, if on my thoughts, my thoughts come and go. And does that mean that a part of me is leaving every time a thought goes? And what's remaining? Well, there's something different, isn't there? So my thoughts come and go, come and go, come and go all the time. They just pass on through, and I'm still here. So that's one way of starting to become more familiar with the practice of self-inquiry. And then when you do that, then you can look at, okay, well, what about my feelings? My feelings change all the time. And that's part of the human experience here. But when I'm not feeling this or that, I'm still here. I'm still here. So who is the I that is talking? Is it the I that is a collection of memories and feelings and thoughts that you've identified and attached yourself to that come and go? Well, no, because they're transient, aren't they? So your true self is still here. And by practicing becoming the observer and becoming curious and becoming noticing these things, well, I am not my thoughts because I'm still here. I'm not those feelings because they're gone. And also sensations, like, okay, I'm briskly rubbing my hands together now. I'm feeling that heat generating, but now it's gone. But I'm still here. So it's not like when these things pass that part of yourself is gone, is it? So then start understanding that behind the collage of experiences that have triggered feelings, emotions, and memories and sensations in you, that there's something truly, truly deeper that's here that is really you. And self-inquiry is a really lovely way to do that. So I would love to take you through this meditation. It's very simple, and it's a practice, really. It's simply just you ask the question, who am I? Who is this I that I'm talking from? Okay? And that really helps to understand, help you to understand the parts of you that are the conditioned parts and the true, strong observer part of you that's always present, always still, that exists within you. That is your true self. When you're ready, come into a nice seated position. You can lay down if you're more comfortable. And just check in with your breathing. So just noticing your natural breathing rhythm. Just taking a moment to bring your awareness from the external world into the internal world. Just doing that by initially observing your breath. And noticing any thoughts that are arising, I want you to poke the fire of those thoughts with a stick, and the stick is called "Who am I?" Not trying to seek an answer, merely poking around in there and saying, the thought that is arising right now, who is having it? Do not seek an answer, merely focus on the question, observing what's happening in the process of that. And when you are having this thought, I am this, I am that, just bringing in the phrase, I am not that. Gaining that distance internally from the thought to the observer position, your true I. And as you go deeper, just become witness to any feelings that you're having right now. Emotional feelings, not physical sensations, but emotional feelings. And ask the question, who is feeling this? And if you have, I am feeling anger, I am feeling upset, I am feeling all of the feelings that you're having, if that's coming up for you now, ask, who is feeling this? I, my true self, is not that. The I that is me, that is present through the whole of life, while feelings, emotions, thoughts, sensations come and go, is not that feeling. I am experiencing that feeling. I am watching the feeling unfold as a collection of memories, thoughts, expectations, and things that I may have. But I am not those things. And finally, paying witness to any sensations physically that you have in your body right now. Just observing them, not attaching, and asking who is having the feeling of this sensation. Who am I that is experiencing the sensation? You may be feeling the sit bones on the chair. Well, when you stand up, does that mean you've gone? No. You are still there. The experience that the body is having in this moment is the connection to the chair. That is having the connection. That is having the experience. But you are more than that. So always asking the question, who am I? Who is experiencing this? And if anything comes up, I am your name, your job, your profession, your expectations, answering quite a strong sentence of, I am not those things. Paying witness to the experiences that are arising in you. Bringing the observer self, your true self, forward to watch, notice, observe thoughts, feelings, sensations, and emotions. I am not those. Who am I? I am the truth and the presence that is here regardless of those things. Let that sit within you for a moment now. And as you bring now your awareness back into the room, start to wiggle your toes, your fingers, and any part of you that you feel will bring you round, knowing you can come back to this practice anytime, anywhere. Start to just move your body in a way that feels good to you now. Maybe rubbing your hands briskly, generating some heat. And what I like to do is put your hands, that lots of heat, put the palms over your closed eyes and allow your eyes to open behind, absorbing the heat. And gently, as you move your hands away, just start observing the lines on your hands and the palms, the shape of your hands, your fingers, and slowly, slowly bringing your awareness back into your place of external place, wherever that may be, outdoors, indoors, looking around the room if you want to, having a little stretch. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Linda Byrne. I'm a coaching psychologist, positive psychologist, and somatics practitioner. And I use meditation and self-inquiry as one of my key things to helping me decondition myself. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if it's brought some value to you.